Back at it again. Activated Podcast, GDQ.
Woo. It's your boy, Real Walter Ford. Glad we here today. What's going on? Glad to see you, bro. Mac 230. He had some business he had to handle, so we just gonna say what's up to him. Wherever he at right now. How
Yeah,
you living, though,
baby.
bro?
We chilling. Another day, another Sunday,
Yes, sir.
another week.
Another Sunday, another crazy lifestyle. It's October 17th. Wild
Happy to
ass
be
week we
here.
had.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Me
another
too,
week.
man. Me too.
Every week's
I guess.
wild, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess we should start off with the what everybody knows. Joe Biden, for the first time, is at like a 38% approval rate.
Oh, we're gonna start out with that.
You started off, bro. My man's Big B out here fucking up. Big
Yeah,
B out here showing his true colors, fam.
I'm not surprised. He wasn't popular going into getting the presidency. Come on,
no, right? Yeah. His true colors, pale. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, fam. I just think, from they were saying like a multitude of different things is how he's here. Most of the Afghanistan thing, which I'm kind of indifferent about, but you know what I'm
it's
saying?
not
Like,
Afghanistan. That's the excuse.
yeah. Well, yeah, I know. I mean, that's like the most recent thing.
The people that are pissed about him getting out of Afghanistan like that already don't like that fool.
Yeah, they already didn't like him. Yeah. That's like the conservative talking point. I know, but it's just all the promises they haven't done. You notice it,
and the other people
like that.
Oh, of course. I mean, when is the vice president really ever on TV, though? I mean,
right.
it's.
I mean, Mike Pence was out there though for a little minute.
Not really.
Not really though. You right.
Not really. I mean, they're
just standing next to fam, like looking like a wax figure and shit.
And she wasn't. I'm gonna be honest. She wasn't well liked going into becoming vice president either. I mean, she didn't even win her own state in the primary or whatever. I mean, she couldn't even get her own state like to win. Bernie beat her. You know what I mean? Like, come on. So,
you lost to a nigga that keep rigging it against him, and you lost against this thing.
She was like not liked at all. You know what I mean? And I mean, every time she goes in front of the TV, she says something that a lot of Democrats, you know what I mean? Like the progressive side or whatever they want to say doesn't. I mean, she says some shit and you're just like, okay.
Oh yeah. Like, remember they was talking about, they was on her ass, so she was like, oh, I used to smoke weed in high school or college and listen to Tupac on the Breakfast Club. And they was like, bitch, you done arrested 100,000 people for weed in California too. So I get what you're saying. Like, it's a lot of contradictions shit going on. But yeah, man. So we're gonna see what's going on. But I mean, like you said, I mean, I'm more on the none of these motherfuckers is really doing it.
Well, my thing is like, they're so worried about everything, right? Like they're just so worried about like their reputation
PR,
or something in their PR. And if these motherfuckers would just do stuff that, like, you know how happy people would be if you canceled just $10,000 of student loan debt? You might get screamed at by the Republicans, but you know how many people would be happy? Like,
that are also Republican?
Yeah. Secretly,
student loan debt is not just for,
You'll get your typical, why are they canceling student loan debt? What about me? What about me? Like,
yeah, exactly. But I'm pretty sure 10 times out of 10, if you cancel a dude on the opposite aisle and you cancel his student debt, I'm pretty sure he ain't gonna be mad at you. He ain't pretty sure. They not mad at all.
So yeah. If they would actually do stuff, they would be liked, but they do things that no one on any political side likes for different reasons. It's for different reasons, right? It's for different reasons. But
at the end of the day, you doing some shit that nobody can fucking with you with. Cause you're right, bro. You're right. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like understanding that these niggas is all under the same roof. Like, like we be watching them argue and shit or like debate and be like, you are this and you're this type of person. And then they go and convene in the same lounge, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like literally down hallway from each other. So it's like, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's a certain, to me, it's like when they did that kneeling shit with the scarves on. Like you go is a scarf gonna stop niggas from getting shot? Like, what is you doing? Like, what is black people don't even do that. Like, you don't see niggas in no kente cloths. Like,
oh my God.
Kneeling.
That was Nancy. I guarantee you it was Nancy Pelosi's idea too.
Yeah, that's right.
But they haven't apologized for that. They never apologized for that. I don't think.
I don't give a fuck.
I think they like, that's what I mean. Is they're so out of touch. It's really weird to me. It's very weird.
And it's crazy because even the people that you would think will be in touch is out of touch. Like we was talking about this a couple of weeks ago with Cory Booker, where he was like, they're saying we want to defund the police. And I'm here to say on the other aisle that we are not that type of party or something like that. He was going in. And then like they showed a clip, showed that clip, and then they showed a clip from like during the protest, and he was like, they was like, what do you think about defund the police? He was like, I think that it's a deeper meaning and people need to sit down and really understand that it's not getting rid of the police. It's allocating for, so the nigga know what was going on. He just choose when and when not to apply it. You know what I'm saying? Just like police and laws. Yeah.
Well, it's all for funding too. You know what I mean? They keep saying that they're really good at it. You know, you put out stuff like, oh, crime's rising. That's what they're saying. Crime's rising everywhere. It's because of defund the police. And like, you look at it and no one has really been defunded. And if they were, I mean, seeing the effects, you wouldn't see the effects for years. You know what it is,
exactly.
Though? It's because there is some sort of change in policing, and it didn't come from city councils and counties and laws. Nah. It came from social change of how people interact with the police now. It's way different how people interact with the police. And people will be on police's ass now, and they'll record them, and they'll say, fuck you. And there's a lot more...
People are empowered now. It was like it was like almost like a fear, or almost like a...
You muted yourself. Yeah. Now you're good. So I think it leads good to the HBCU, Howard University students took over, like the student center. It's Blackburn Student Center is what it's called. They're calling it hashtag Blackburn Takeover. And they've been doing that since Tuesday. And I mean, it's just students, you know what I mean? It's happened before there, but
I don't know if you want to explain the reasoning, but the reasoning is because they said they have horrible housing conditions. It was something else too. It was horrible housing conditions.
And the administration of the university doesn't address their concerns. And they took student representation out of their board of trustees. And recently, which people had fought to get students on, and just like there's a bunch of things, but housing is the one that I think really kicked it off. I mean, because I'll show some of the videos.
Yeah, because they was out there getting it in. And like you said, well, before we start recording, they was out there in the rain.
It was raining yesterday. Yeah. And it was in the rain. It was spontaneous. It was after, like, they had a board of trustees meeting with the student government. This is what I read. And then they didn't like, or something happened. They weren't liking the answers they were getting. So they went directly and took the building over. And then, you know what I mean? When it's not planned. So like there's chaos for a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Cops and the presidents and all the faculty, and you know what I mean? It got a lot of support from like teachers and parents and a whole bunch of stuff, but the administration, you know what I mean? That
obviously, obviously, because it's against them. So
here, let me show one of them. Can you? Yeah. I don't know why it's not playing the sound. Oh, there we go.
I was gonna say, yeah, you ain't got no sound. Good look, I'm gonna buy one today.
They were saying there's mold everywhere, so yeah, there's bugs all
That's
around.
Crazy.
Here.
Oh, I didn't see this video.
Dead bugs appear.
Bugs everywhere.
That's crazy, fam. You paying thousands of dollars tuition? Wait, what? You paying
45,000.
Room and board for some bed bugs? Is that what you just said?
So this is mold right here on a picture.
What the fuck? They're like, oh my God. I was like, is that soap?
Right there. There's some right there.
Oh, not on the queen. Oh, no.
All right. And then, yeah, here's where they were yesterday in the rain. So yeah, there was the second day.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
So yeah.
They was out there getting it.
Yeah. And they're still there. So shout out to them.
Exactly. That's what it's about. I think that's what it's about. My bad. My screen is messed up. I gotta do something real quick. But yeah, I think that's what it's about. And it's crazy that people like, I feel like all of these are reverberations from the protests, fam. Like everybody outside now. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody is like feels like they have some kind of power or some kind of voice. You see what I'm saying?
I agree. And I mean,
my bad.
Go ahead.
Cutting you
Keep
off.
going.
No, you got it. That was pretty much my sentence.
Yeah, I mean, it totally is. I mean, people were kind of fed up with stuff. And I mean, that's the kind of stuff that gets done. I mean, and at first they were like saying they were going to expel some of them. You know what I mean? And I mean, it takes a lot. You know what I mean? It takes a lot. It takes a lot of organizing, and it takes courage.
Feet on the ground.
Yeah.
You got to have feet on the ground, fam. And I think that's good to go into the next thing we wanted to talk about, which was all the other people going on strike, like around the country. And it's been like a couple different strikes, like the Nabisco people.
Yeah, Nabisco went on strike. I think Nabisco, it's done. I think so. We've seen a few strikes, like kind of large strikes this year, and then they just went on. It's John Deere, the equipment company. 10,000 United Auto Workers went on strike.
Damn.
Which is 10,000 workers on strike is a good amount. You know what I mean?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a nice amount of production right there. Those niggas ain't getting.
And they're trying to call it everything Striketober. That's what the hashtag in Striketober, because 60,000 IATSE, they're a union of Hollywood like makeup artists and sound technicians and a whole bunch of stuff. They 60,000 of them are threatening to go on strike on Monday. Supposedly they got a tentative agreement, but Monday was supposed to start their strike, and 60,000 is a lot of people. So there's 60,000 workers threatening to go on strike.
And you said this is in Hollywood, so that's only like this about, you know what I'm saying?
Well, not it's everywhere. So it's like they contract these people out to do like makeup for movie sets. Yes. So they contract smaller companies out everywhere they go, and they do this. So it's everywhere. Hollywood is big. Yes, there is a lot of them there.
That's the hub, but it's everywhere. Yeah.
So it's 60,000 of support staff of movie sets and film sets and producer TV sets and everything that were threatening to go on strike, which is a lot. I mean, that's.
Yeah. And it's crazy because that's just like, I think they were saying it was either August was the most people quit their jobs in
like 2 decades or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 20 years. The most people quit their jobs ever in like a modern time.
they think that unemployment going away was going to solve everything, and that's just not the case. And everybody could have told them that wasn't going to happen. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure smart people around that was telling these people that they just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always another voice somewhere, but they like, yeah, no.
Well, I mean, and this is like how you, instead of one giant thing, like if you get so many more strikes going and people keep quitting their jobs and stuff, like it's the most labor power that Americans have had in like a long time. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
And everybody's like, we need help, and it's the supply chain, and no one wants to work. And it's like, well, 700,000 people have died for one. Like that's
like legit.
Like we've got a certain portion of our population that is dead. You know what I mean? In the last year and a half,
it's gone. On top of the people that normally die. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they're mostly like workers. If you think they're older, or they're workers people who had to go out and in the factories that still were working, you know what I mean? And people are just, people get paid like shit. That's the number one thing, is people get paid like shit.
With no benefits,
and you get treated like shit at your job. So it's like, why get paid like shit to get treated like shit when you can just go to a different job to maybe not get treated like shit as bad, and maybe make a little bit, tiny bit more money, which is what everybody's trying to do. They're trying to switch career paths. They're trying to just survive. Like,
it's a crazy time right now. And it's crazy because I was listening to this thing. It was like, when is it not a time on earth when it's like a lot of crazy stuff going on? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's a little revamped right now. It's a little vamped up. Like, it's waves. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is in waves. You know, like this, like you just was talking about earlier, is a big social change or social consciousness adjustment. And we haven't seen nothing like this since, I guess you would say, 2014, and then before that, what, the 90s, maybe? You know what I'm saying? It was a minute before.
I would put it back to the 60s in terms of social change, because before it's not coming through the laws. Like, it's not coming through. Shittier stuff is actually coming through laws. You know what I mean? Like the abortion.
I didn't even think about that. You're right.
But it's very like changing how people live is, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of things going on that it's not just one or two things. It's a huge entire social shift and cultural, which is something that America needs. It's just not there yet.
It's just,
you know what I mean?
Right. You just got to get a little pain before you grow. What was that saying? It was like, anything on his last breath resorts to violence to survive. You know what I'm saying? So like,
and it's not even close to being like the bottom yet. You know what I mean? It's fighting and fighting. You know, people are going to keep fighting stuff as it gets worse, but
Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Mac. I just wanted to pop in and say what's up. Stay activated. Arrest the cops of murder Breonna Taylor. I apologize, I can't be on this podcast. I actually have school and then also have work. So just for everybody to know, if y'all didn't know, fuck it, I don't care. I just wanted to be nice and say hi. What's up? Stay activated. Wear a mask. Arrest the cops to kill Breonna Taylor. Arrest the murderers. My bad. I stand corrected. And boo. So I holla at y'all.
My nigga. Yeah, Mac 230 out here doing homework with a device in his hand.
Oh, it's the morning wake and bake, but
the device in his hand. Said, "I'm doing it."
All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. I gotta get out of here.
My guy had to drop in. What did we have one more thing we wanted to cover, or am I tripping?
It was the last thing I think we should do is the school in Georgia, Coosa High School in Georgia.
I thought we already talked about that. I'm tripping. Okay, yeah. So it's crazy. Before we even get into that, I think it's crazy. Like, even like when we was going to the protests here, and it's like 17 and 18-year-olds organizing this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that they got to do that shit instead of being kids, you know what I'm saying? Or being teenagers or whatever you want to call it, like playing and, you know, riding bikes and going to sock ops or whatever you want to, you know what I'm saying? Instead, you got to stand outside and scream.
Yeah.
But yeah, my bad for cutting you off if you want to get the details.
Nah, you got it.
Yeah. So to make a long story short, it's a high school in Georgia. I forgot what's the city called?
It's Coosa. Well, it's Coosa High School in Rome, Georgia.
Rome, Georgia. Yes, Rome, Georgia. Essentially, they just let these kids run around with a Confederate flag around the school. You know what I'm saying? I think I seen somewhere they said it wasn't the first occasion, but like this time was like it was really flamboyant with it, for lack of better words. So the students is like, so you can't wear Black Lives Matter stuff, you can't wear LGBT stuff, but these dudes can run around with a Confederate flag. How that, you know what I'm saying? What kind of, at least make it even, you know what I'm saying? So they organized the protest. This is something Q just told me. They organized the protest and they suspended the Black students that organized the protest, but they didn't suspend the white students that didn't organize the protest. So they in the same group. They just only suspended the niggas. They was like, you know what? The Confederate flag.
Oh yeah, I see here they weren't. Yeah, they're not even allowed to wear Black Lives Matter apparel, so it is a thing with the school. Yeah, I mean that's
I mean it's just blatantly out there too. Like the girl on the video was like, yeah, they got suspended and we didn't, and the other girl was Mexican. I'm pretty sure her mask had like the Mexican flag on, so like or the colors, excuse me. So like you know what I'm saying? Like they just picked and choose is what I'm saying, and the students still protested. Regardless of being suspended. And it's just wild again that these kids got to do this.
Here's part of the video. Yeah, they were like real flamboyant with it here. Yeah, they were like walking around with it and everything. I want to know if those kids, I doubt it. I want to know if they got.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just interesting, man. Like different parts of the country is different stuff. Cause like, you know, I'm from a impoverished area, man. I don't think you could just go walk up and wild out and not get checked up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? Like I know about, like, I'm not knocking the protest. I'm not saying that people should commit violence either. But I'm just saying where I'm from. You walking around saying some nigga shit. Somebody's gonna have a conversation with you up close and personal. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I feel like they probably see it all the time. They might see it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, they probably see it all the time.
I used to see it all the time, bro. I'm from Indiana. That's not even in the Confederacy. Like people would hang up from their cribs all the time. Like one of my really good friends, he went viral, bro, over the protest. I would go to his house every day and smoke in his house, him and his girl. We talk, laugh, joke, eat. This dude got the biggest Confederate flag tattoo right here. He got another one on his back. His truck, like his whole truck thing was a Confederate flag. And he was sitting there explaining to me, he like, you know, it's you know how they be talking, it's heritage. Now, this is my guy, by the way, so I'm not knocking him, but he really was like, it's my heritage, and I grew up like this, and my father told us our pride. And I don't think he knew that the Confederacy only was 4 years long. It's only 4 years long. But he went viral because he did a video. He was like, I understand now that what this represents is some hate. And I ain't gonna never, put this out again. And he put it in the garbage. And he went viral on like Facebook. And people was going in on that nigga. And I was like, hey man, that's my guy, man. Don't trip. People was like, he clout chasing and stuff. But anyway, I forgot why I got the tangent of that story. But the gist of it, what I'm getting at is it's in areas like that, it's like always shown. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always around. It's always, So you're probably right. They do see that shit all the time.
But I mean, that's not an excuse. But I mean, it's a form of control. I mean, you know what I mean?
And you get diluted. You know what I'm saying? Like your anger or your emotion, not anger. I don't want to say anger, but like your opposition, because you know what I'm saying. Once something gets, I'm sorry, I'm sleepy. I'm trying to think of the word. Once you get familiarized with it, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like you see it all the time.
To it.
Desensitized is the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, that's wild. Yeah. So that's wild.
Yeah.
Prayers to their families. Prayers to them kids for being traumatized like that.
Well, and shout out to them for doing something too. I mean, that's what I mean is when I was in school though, like people wouldn't even, I mean, there's some schools who do like small protests and stuff, but I feel like a lot more, that's what I mean is this year you're seeing a lot more student actions. And that's also because schools are back in session. So like last year during the height, schools weren't in session. So that's one thing where you didn't see a lot of school like actions. But now this year you're seeing like a lot more university and high school actions where kids are, you know what I mean? Whether it be for different reasons, right? From dress codes to Confederate flags.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You have anything
to end on that?
Yeah.
No. I think we should end on that, man. Actually, real quick, I wanted to end on Trump sending out this email to these people. I got me crying. Email hilarious. Email is, hold on real quick. I'm pulling it up for y'all right now. So give me a half of a second. My God. Hilarious. Okay, it says alert. Oh damn, my bad, my phone exit. So I know you can't see me. Actually, you wanna share it on the screen, Q, so they can read it too along with us.
Which one?
I'll send you the link.
Okay. Well,
I just sent it to the activated page, but I'll start reading it so we can see.
Here, it's right here. I got it.
Yep. It says you're a traitor. So this is a widespread email. So okay, so just give prerequisite. Trump been grifting forever, like forever, ever. They just stealing people money. Ever since he lost, they was like, this is money to help fight the election, and like they didn't read in the fine print that it said 3/4 of the money just goes to Trump pocket. Like niggas, like a dude legitimately donated like $10,000 and then wanted his money back. It's like, no, niggas, go. Anyway, so the email reads, you're a traitor, ... You abandoned Trump. We were told you were a tried, true, lifelong patriot. But when Trump said he'd run for president, if we took back the House from Nancy Pelosi, you did nothing. Was Trump wrong about you? This is your final chance to prove loyalty or be branded a deserter. First off, who wrote this, nigga? Who uses the term deserter in 2021? Anyway, we're giving you one and final chance to stand with Trump. You only have 17 minutes. Who picks 17 minutes?
Whoever writes this stuff is like channels Trump so good. Like, I don't know. Like, this is like
17 minutes.
I could see him saying this. Whoever writes his speeches is the same person who wrote this text.
100%. 100%. Okay. And then like they got a little, like if you scroll down, it's like money boxes to choose how much you want to donate. And then it says SOS, humbly asking for the last time. Your Trump patriot status is incomplete. All caps. We're worried you've abandoned Trump. Check this box to confirm your Trump patriot status to prove you're a true patriot. Uncheck this box and we'll tell Trump you abandoned. I'm just imagining somebody just like, oh no, we gonna think I'm abandoned.
They're using like the internet spam chain stuff.
He's gonna think you abandoned him. ignore this if you've given up on Trump. But if you want to make Trump proud, reach our mid-month goal. And then he said, they got to get the buzzwords. Nancy Pelosi out.
You have 17 minutes.
Just say Nancy Pelosi outraised us 2 times in a row, and we're at a dead stop unless we hit our mid-month goal. As it stands, we're desperately behind, and we'll lose Trump's majority for good.
Oh, man.
I just had to put that out there that I think that shit is hilarious. Because it's actual people reading that shit like, oh, fuck, Trump is going to think I'm abandoning. That nigga sound like a toxic ex, bro. Oh, my God. On that note, I just want to end on that, man. On that note, man, y'all make sure y'all have a good week. Stay blessed. Stay out of trouble.
Boop.
Arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor. My bad, Q. I just started saying that. Did you want to add something?
Nah, keep going.
Yeah, say no more. That's
really all that's it. Yeah. All I said was boop. I'm in agreement.
Hey, appreciate y'all checking us out. Activated Podcast. Check the clothing line. Check everything. It's your boy Real Walter Ford.
GDQ. And we go.
We go.